Welcome to our podcast. I guess this is the Easter week edition. And I'm your host, Kim Chi.
And I'm John Kung.
Well, for the listeners, this podcast will go out the after Easter, so it's Easter.
Oh, it will be. That's true. They'll go out the day after. Isn't Monday like an Easter holiday, though? I don't know.
I don't know. Who cares?
Are you watching Shogun?
Wait, let's stay in track. Wait.
It is connected to this. Are you watching Shogun?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. So it's like my favorite meme right now is from Shogun, and it's like just like this feudal Japanese guy saying like, I don't have time for this Christian nonsense. And I'm just like, yes, I'm going to use that so much this year. But yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about?
I mean, I guess we should talk about Easter things, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, Little John gave me an Easter basket. Basically, it's this big pink egg, and it's full of chocolates. And inside the thing is like Cadbury caramel eggs, which are pretty good. And a huge giant bag of Cadbury mini eggs, which are my favorite junk chocolate candy ever. And I always eat tons of them this time of year. So he gave me the cream eggs as well, but I can't eat the Cadbury cream eggs because they're just like too sugary. But these caramel ones are not bad at all.
Caramel eggs aren't as sugary as like the cream eggs?
Yeah, because caramel is like, at least it's like burnt sugar.
Yeah.
As opposed to like frosting, which is just like wet sugar. So at least there's like more flavor to it.
I wonder if like nutrition-wise, which one is actually worse for you?
We can look that up really quick. Because I'm on like, I have MyFitnessPal and...
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Okay. So
cream egg versus caramel egg.
So I've been using MyFitnessPal. And basically you can just like use your phone to scan the barcode. And so the Cadbury cream egg is... Okay. So one piece, this one Cadbury cream egg is 150 calories.
Okay.
It's not bad.
It's not that bad. Also,
that's a 10-minute run for basically like a fistful of sugar. Yeah. But it's like, it's so funny too because it shows you all the stuff. 22 grams of sugar in here, which is fine. Whatever.
We should watch our sugar, but we shouldn't be afraid of sugar, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Before he got on this podcast, I had like 3 or 4 servings of like Cadbury mini eggs.
I'm just like so fucking tired of like going online and seeing all these like fitness gurus or like lifestyle
This is what I'd never eat or never put in my body. And it's always like sugar and fun and joy and like, oh my God, get the fuck over yourself.
And then like they read the ingredients like, oh, this has blah, blah, blah. If these are things you can barely pronounce, that means they're just chemicals. I'm like, everything is a chemical, Mary.
Everything. You are literally made of chemicals. Right. Oh my God. It makes me so mad. Those people are so like, and the thing is like, it works. The scam, people fucking believe that stuff.
Yes. And honestly, like, if you live in America, you will probably die of something one day.
Exactly.
So you know what?
You know what?
Just live consciously,
Right. Who cares?
Just consume everything moderately.
And that's why, like, the reason why I use MyFitnessPal is because, like, I have no fucking self-control. And this lets me, like, I get to snack. And I will continue to snack, but at least I can be like mindful about it.
We could probably just Google the nutrition facts because this is taking so long.
This is taking a very long time.
Because your FitnessPal is not giving it to us right now.
Yeah, I know. It's not.
I mean, clearly we're not sponsored by FitnessPal because this is not working.
We're not. Oh, this is actually like 20 calories. So the Cadbury caramel egg is 20 calories more than the cream egg. Which makes sense because caramel is thicker. It's melted.
Thicker and it's like, more like denser, I guess.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, less sugar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if is it like the correct info like this on there?
Well, it's all submitted by the company, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right, so pick your poison. Would you like more calories or would you like more sugar?
Flavor.
Or do you just want to eat whatever fucking tastes better to you? You know what? Do that challenge.
Which to me, I cannot. I can't stomach a Cadbury cream egg.
Yeah.
The caramel one isn't bad. He also gave me, I I got for the people who are listening, Little John made me an Easter basket, and it was like just this pink Easter egg, and it's full of like Cadbury Creme Eggs and caramel eggs, and my personal favorite, a huge giant bag of Cadbury mini eggs, which is my favorite junk chocolate. But there's also this Lindt dark chocolate bunny here, whose ear I'm going to just... Oh, that's solid. I thought it was hollow.
Just enjoy and don't stress out over nutrition.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't think anybody who's eating like a Cadbury cream egg is thinking about it all too much. I just like to record these things down so that I don't accidentally eat like 12 of them, which I can do. Like I can make like this bag of mini eggs has 25 servings in it, and each serving is like 100. I could do this whole bag in one sitting and not think about it.
I wish I could do sugar like that.
I could. I will feel like garbage the next day, but like how when you like there's something called like road hypnosis when you're driving and you kind of like blank out, but you're not really you're paying attention, but you're not paying attention. You're kind of just staring. It happens on the freeway a lot. I can do that with food. I can do that while eating, where it's just like if I get distracted or if I just like kind of zone out or dissociate. I can dissociate while I eat, and the next thing I know, like the food is gone. I don't know what happened. I don't feel like I've eaten it. And I'll just be like, okay, well, I guess I should have like real dinner now because I wasn't paying attention for the last one. So things like calorie trackers and stuff like that. I know there are so many people that are like, oh, this is really dangerous. This might lead to disordered eating. And I was like, yeah, but there's also like the alternative where it actually helps you be mindful of what you're trying to do, and it allows you to like snack responsibly. So yeah, there is a balance to all things. There is a balance to all things. It's just that people like to comment to the extreme of them.
Honestly, I think people just should mind their own fucking business when it comes to eating. And if someone specifically reaches out a service that they like want to be mindful or they want to watch, then let them have it. But people love to give like opinion to other people on like how to like do nutrition and what they should eat, like unsolicited.
So much. Like I posted earlier today that about like the drinking of the olive oil. I think we talked about it last week, and then I did get messages from people being like, "You shouldn't do that. You should just put it on salads and stuff for such and such reasons." And I can't believe you're a chef and you're choosing like to do it this way. And I was like, I'm only just trying to be efficient with it. Like, can we not moralize my health journey, please?
Literally. Yeah. There's like another food content creator that I follow, and she's like a thicker girl, and whenever she posts any recipe, people are just like so hateful. They're like, yeah, this is why like you're gonna get diabetes, or this is why you're fat. I'm like,
people are why do you so care? Cruel. Oh my gosh.
Like, why do you care? Like, why do you care? Like,
right.
What does someone's size, like how, like, what does her being a bigger girl
have anything to do? Right.
And if you don't want to like her food, then move on. You know what I mean?
Totally. It's so, people are like just extra cruel to larger folks, and it's just so disgusting.
And it was very evident when people were trying to cancel Lizzo.
And people still are. Did you see her post earlier today?
With everything being canceled for, it's all allegedly, like, because I don't know
none
the
of
truth,
it was proven.
You know what I mean? Yeah, none of it is proven. So
none of it was proven. It's been so long. It has been so long since any of that stuff had happened. And like nothing more has come out of it. It kind of just like blew up for a bit and then fizzled out, and nothing was confirmed and nothing. So like what? You're just going to assume like this all happened because nobody proved it didn't happen, because nobody could prove a negative? Like that's kind of fucked up. And
and so we're not taking any sides here, like we're not taking like the victims or anybody's side. But the point I want to make is, and all the fat-phobic people, I feel like that's when they like truly were thriving.
Jumped on that.
Yes.
Jumped on it.
And, like, it wasn't even just, like, insulting her character or, like, the things she did, but, like, they're coming for her weight.
There are just some people that they do not like to see, not like to see fat people thrive in any kind of way. They don't want to see them exercise. They don't want to see them do well. They don't want to see them be happy. And I think, like, a lot of it comes down from, like, toxic people in the fitness industry. But I do believe, like, a huge part of it is that, like, they bought into this lie thinking that, oh, if I were just going to be thin and shredded and ripped, I'm going to be happy. But no, really, you're just, like, all of that and the same depressed loser that you were before you became that. And because you bought into that lie, you're so pissed off now because you did all this work. Your life isn't actually any better. And you're seeing somebody who is the opposite of what you thought you should have been doing well, and that makes you extra mad.
And those comments always start off with, like, I'm worried about her health. Yes.
No, you're not.
Yes. No, you're not.
Bitch. If you were looking out for her health, you would have shut the fuck up. Like, honestly.
And what do you think that comment, like, doing that is, like, doing to, like, that person's mental health,
Right.
And he's like, maybe they are working on losing the weight, or maybe, like, they don't want to. I don't know, whatever the reason is.
Have you seen, like, Liz, have you seen her in concert? Like, she dances for most of she has amazing stamina.
Yes.
For anybody. Like, that is wild that you think that, like, anyone could do any better, because that is what she does is insanely difficult.
And it's the same thing with, too, like, the celebrities. When they, like, gain weight or when they lose weight. It's just... I don't know. Why do other people care about, like, what other people's body is,
I think we have been so conditioned to equate, like, losing weight with, like, doing well. Like, it's all comes from, like, the People magazines where it's, like, such so-and-so stuns a new body or body transformation or something like that. Because, like, we also use weight loss as, like, a tool to sell things to people. If it's guys, it's, like, people get shredded to sell themselves in, like, an action movie, but then also, like, men's health and men's fitness because people want to know how to get that way. And it's so easy to make people think that it is a problem and that they can, like, just buy something or spend money on something to fix this problem that, like, is completely artificial. Like, health is one thing, aesthetics are another thing completely. And it sucks too, because, like, as people, like, as somebody who kind of, like, dabbles in fitness and nutrition and stuff, like, I know that what my body looks like has nothing to do with, like, how healthy something is, but nobody would believe me if I decide just to let myself, like, look average, like have, like, a regular average healthy body. It was like, oh, nobody would believe me if I said, like, oh, do this to help you manage, like, certain things. Like, you have to, for some reason, you have to, like, be shredded to give any kind of advice for anything.
Otherwise, you have no credibility.
None. And I see this with so many nutritionists, so many personal trainers, like, actual personal trainers who, like, want people to work on things like mobility and weight management and, like, not just, get juiced up on fucking steroids. But everyone's like, you don't even have abs. Why would I take advice from you? It's like, well, your favorite fitness content creator is definitely on steroids. So,
recently, a K-pop idol had to publicly apologize to his fans for gaining weight. But, like, when you look at him, like, he does not look overweight in any way. Not even, like, chubby.
No.
I think his face was just, like, bloated that day or whatever. And people were saying, like, oh, like, he really let himself go. Like, he's not taking care of himself. I'm like...
East Asians in particular, like, we're pretty bad about it.
Yeah.
About, like, the whole weight and aesthetic and looks thing. We're terrible to women about it. And then we, like... And then when it comes to, like, men and stuff, like, it's kind of gross in the sense of how when you are a young boy... your family does pretty much everything they can to fatten you up because, I mean, at least, like, Chinese ladies, like, they love a fat baby boy. And then they instill, like, bad eating habits in you. They, like, put in, like, a lot of people that I know because of that have issues of like feelings of fullness. And I actually have this too, where it's like, I don't feel full unless I'm in pain, because that is what I equate with as far as like being like satisfied in terms of food is, because that's what I've been like, how I was trained to eat as a child.
Yeah.
And so like these are all issues that we bring with us throughout our adult lives and have like health issues as a result of that. But you know, it's just it is very, very toxic in like our culture with like how we treat food in that way.
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting point you bring up, because I think I grew up in the same way.
Yeah.
Where like I'm not full until like I'm in pain.
Right. Also, they have that habit, at least like I grew up with this issue of people putting food on my plate and being angry at me for not being able to finish all the food on my plate.
Yes. Yeah.
That is so that is terrible. That is terrible,
like,
because
and we don't waste food, so you know,
we don't
like,
waste food.
Even if you're full, if there's like 2 bites left, and you just like eat it to like clean it off, you know?
Right. And one of like huge issues that I've had with aunties in the past is like where they will order tons of food for the table, have one bite of the thing that they ordered, and then like look at everybody and be like, why are you wasting all this food when nobody else can finish it? Like that is like a huge, oh my God, this is very triggering to me.
Why?
Because I've always, you know, as the eldest all of the time, like it was always like, that I felt it was a pressure on me to like always be the good one at the table. So like in that sense, like just food in itself.
See, at least you're lucky in a way where you actually got to go to restaurants. Because when I grew up, it was nothing but buffets. And then when we went to buffets, it was like this mentality of like, I got to get my money's worth.
Oh, right.
So then like even when you're full, you just keep eating because you have to get your money's worth.
Right. And then you were never allowed to eat the salads. You were not allowed to eat anything that was healthy or too filling or like any of that.
You know, like all Asians have like this universal rule. Like when you go to buffet, you don't touch like starch or bread. You only go for the proteins.
Right. As opposed to like what is just so much better mentally speaking, it was like, okay, so like, isn't having a good time getting your money's worth?
I mean, I feel now that I'm older, I definitely see that, you know?
Yes.
And nowadays, like, I do enjoy buffets because I like to be able to taste a variety of things.
Yeah, that's fine.
If it's like, especially if it's like a well-done buffet. But now, like, if I'm full, like, I'm full. Like, but I never...
Like,
yeah.
But the toxic behavior is, like, only getting the king crab legs.
I mean... I mean, the king crab leg is something like you don't eat every day. You know?
It's true. I agree with that.
And that is a special occasion.
But like that is like I'm thinking of like I feel like the last time I went to a buffet I was in Las Vegas, so I saw king crab legs and that's what I thought about. But
I mean, okay, I did go to Vegas buffet with my friends, and I did eat nothing but crabs the entire time. But it was glorious.
Was it because you wanted crab, or was it because you felt like you needed to get your money's worth and crab was the most expensive?
Because I wanted crab.
Exactly. That's a completely different thing, and like not anything to not the behavior that we're trying to fix here. But
and the best part about like the Las Vegas buffet is because they have food from all around the world. So then I got fish sauce from like the Thai station.
Yeah.
That had like, you know, like bird's eye chili and then all that. And then I got butter from, you know, like whatever, the seafood station.
Oh my God.
And then I got soy sauce from like next to the
Oh, so there were like all dipping sauces from there around the world for your crab legs?
To dip my crab in, yeah. And I was like, oh, this is glorious.
Good. Oh, that's brilliant. I did
a thing where
smart.
I don't eat right away. I like peel everything first. And then I make like a pile of crab meat on my plate.
Oh, I think that's how I noticed that we were different.
Oh, really?
Because when we went to Diana's crab boil, you were like very like, you had the pile of crab and stuff. And I was just like, as I go.
See, for me, like, if I were to peel crab and eat as I go, it feels less satisfying to me than to have like then peel it all, and then enjoy like a full mouthful of crab.
This is like ADHD, non-ADHD behavior.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like this is some kind of test where it's like I need the instant gratification. Like I cannot wait. I need the crab now, unless somebody else is peeling it for me while I'm eating the crab as is. Yeah, I can't. I don't have the patience for it, but I'm also. I think as a result, I'm also very efficient at peeling crab. Like I can just like I think it's like a Chinese person thing. Like we just use our teeth and we can get that shit out of there real quick.
I mean, I'm pretty efficient in crab peeling too, But for me, it's all about the journey, not the destination.
I can imagine it can just like a camera is focusing on us while eating crab with me is probably like heavy metal music, and then it pans to you and it's like Vivaldi.
But also, eating as you go is probably better for you because you eat food so much faster than I do.
I do. It slows me down a little bit.
And I'm like a slow chewer because I like to like chew slowly. And you're a fast like chewer and swallower.
I bite ice cream. Like that's.
I mean, whatever works for you. Again, it's your life. If you like it, do whatever you want.
Eating slowly and more mindfully is something that I'm working on. But it's difficult. It's difficult.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is for me. It's a hard thing to do. Like it's something that I constantly have to remind myself to do, and the way that I'm reminded is like seeing how everyone else around me is like nowhere near done, and I'm just like, oh, we started off with the same size steak. I also don't talk very much when I eat, though. Like I need to focus on one thing. And if I focus on eating, I eat much faster. So,
I mean, again, whatever works for you. But you can definitely throw down burgers really fast.
Yes, I can.
For me, I feel like I would get like indigestion if I like eat so fast.
Sometimes I don't chew thoroughly either. So. There are times when like I'm enjoying food too quickly, I can feel it go down as like a solid mass and be like, that's gonna hurt me later.
Oh well, again, if it works for you.
basically, I'm Kirby.
You're definitely Kirby. So today, Monet's having like a little like game night situation.
Yeah.
So I was like, since it's Easter tomorrow, I'm gonna make deviled eggs.
Oh, fun, cute.
I feel like, I don't know, I just like love making deviled eggs for get together because the whole process is very like soothing to me.
Yeah. I mean, like, making the cream filling, making like the cream yolk.
But even from like boiling, picking up
boiling
the egg,
it. Yeah.
boiling it,
peeling it. Yeah. It's very therapeutic. I can totally see that.
And then as I like, boil each perfect egg and inspecting it and peeling it, I think to myself, this is my love language.
Deviled eggs are one of those crazy things where it's like, okay, 2 eggs at breakfast. That's 2 fried eggs at breakfast and no more. That's totally fine. But then like you have like a tray of deviled eggs in front of you and like you can just eat a dozen eggs. No
for
problem.
Sure. And also deviled eggs are one of those things like that. Unless you're a fucking psycho who like doesn't like eggs. Like deviled egg is like universally loved by everyone.
It's
like
true.
if you bring deviled eggs to a get together, no one's going to be like, "Oh, that's nasty."
Right. No, totally agree. I mean, like unless they were vegan, but I don't think a vegan would say that was nasty. They would just not eat.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be hanging out with a vegan. Just kidding. I have a lot of vegan friends. I'm kidding.
You live in LA. We all know you have vegan friends.
Everyone's either vegan or they've been vegan at some point.
Yes. Even I've been vegan at some point.
Of course you would.
2 months. 6 months. I was vegan for 6 months.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know you back then.
Yeah, you definitely did not. Well, I ate a lot of Indian food though, so like I feel like...
actually, I was just thinking about this the other day. Because I mean, don't give me... Anyone listening to this, I actually love vegan food. And actually, I unintentionally eat vegan like a lot of the times too.
Yeah.
Vegan food in Western cuisine versus Eastern cuisine. There's so many Asian food that can be made vegan easily without
effort.
Yeah. Without like making like a whole thing like, oh, it's vegan. Things just happen to be vegan.
Yeah. I think it all.
When you actually go to Asia, as a vegan and you request things to be made in vegan, then you're going to have a hard time.
Yes. That is
like
very
in
true.
general, like you American bitches love to make substitution at restaurants. You can't pull that shit in Asia.
Not happen. No, you cannot at all. They will be cooking it all in the same cookware and stuff. Mm-hmm. The only way, if you are going to be a strict vegan, much easier if you were a vegetarian. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you were a vegetarian and then you were in China, you can pretty much still go anywhere.
But I
people
feel like
people understand
cuisine,
vegetarianism.
There's always like a hidden pork somewhere.
I mean, it's easy to say. Like, I think Chinese people, especially nowadays, like they understand don't eat meat because of the Buddhists. Like, but if you were vegan, if you were traveling, at least in China, and I feel like this works anywhere in Asia, especially East Asia specifically, but you can eat. You have to look for the temples. You have to look for the temples, and generally they have restaurants either in the temples or by the temples, and those ones that serve the monks are generally vegan. Because it's not even about like, you know, we're talking about people that as they're walking on a dirt path, they will sweep so that they don't accidentally step on bugs.
The other day for breakfast, I made myself like doenjang jjigae. Which is like mushrooms, like tofu, doenjang, like Korean.
The bean paste.
And I hate saying Korean miso soup because that implies like Japanese miso is like the original version, which is like not true. But for easier grasping,
I say bean paste.
Yeah,
I think soybean paste.
Korean bean paste soup with like tofu, mushrooms, and onions, whatever, zucchini, and then I made some like side dishes of like pickled cucumbers and like radishes. And after eating it, I realized, oh, this meal is unintentionally vegan.
Yeah.
Am I too plant-based? Am I one of those girls?
Well, it's accidentally vegan is so easy for East Asian food because a lot of us don't eat dairy.
Yeah.
And eggs aren't we don't really bake in a way that where eggs are like ingrained in anything. Like even our noodles and stuff like that. Rice, you don't naturally have eggs in there. And we don't put eggs in any of our pastas or our noodles and stuff. So it's
unless you're eating egg noodle.
Unless you're eating literally egg noodle. In which case you have to order specifically ones with an egg in it. So yeah, it's not that hard. It is not that hard. To be vegan over there is hard, but...
What do you think is your favorite vegan Asian recipe?
It's probably Indian.
Name a dish. Name them. Name them.
I like... saag paneer. Oh, that's not vegan.
I was going to cottage cheese.
Paneer has literally got cheese in there. Oh, God. What is the... I know it in English, but I'm trying to think of the...
What is it? What's in it?
Chickpeas. It's a chickpea masala. What was it called?
Chana masala?
Chana masala. Yeah. I love a chana masala.
Yeah.
It's so like comforting and it's so easy to make.
Yeah.
What's yours?
I made a chana masala tweet the other day and it flopped.
Why?
And I thought it was brilliant.
Why do you...
I was like, if there is a Korean Indian drag queen, their drag name should be Kinchana Masala.
Korean Indian Kinchana?
Kinchana.
Kinchana
Masala. That's good, right?
Oh my God, that is good. But that is like so... That is so niche. That is more niche than a gay Halloween costume.
But like, aren't all drag names very niche?
They are very niche, but like this one you have to know. This one you have to know 2 languages. You don't have to know two separate languages, and you also have to know a food reference and a meme. So it's pretty much people who just listen to this podcast.
Pretty much, yeah. For those of you that are with us,
if they eat Indian food,
yeah. My favorite Indian food is for vegan wise. I think it's dal tadka.
Dal tadka,
yeah, which is like yellow split pea, like lentil, in kind of like a yellow like based sauce. It's delicious. Oh my god, I want Indian food now.
Meat. I had it. You know what? I also actually like papadums.
Papadums are good
when they have a lot of caraway and cumin in them, and they're like really like kind of earthy.
Yeah,
and when they're like fresh. I love a papadum.
But also, I think my favorite vegan Asian food might be Thai curry.
Yeah,
made without fish sauce, obviously, but
yeah,
because it's creamy. It's also crunchy, and
I like the Penang curry, which is like slightly sweeter, I think.
I like them all: red, green, Masaman, Penang, yellow. They're all good.
Yeah. What's your favorite meat Asian dish?
Meat Asian dish?
Yeah, like using the.
Oh my god,
meat,
that's like
meat base. This is a hard one, especially like.
There's so many.
We'll narrow it down. It can't be Korean.
Okay. Oh, very rare. You know what? I think I know exactly what it is. Oh, can I say two? I can't decide between the two.
Give me two.
Actually, you know, I can narrow it down to one. I can narrow it down to one.
Okay.
Lab.
Oh,
lab.
Interesting.
Lab.
Nice.
It could be made with, you know, like ground chicken, pork. I don't say anything, but if you don't know what a lab is, it's a Thai quote unquote salad. Usually made with like ground pork or ground chicken, tossed in toasted rice, powder with onion, cilantro, fish sauce, like lime juice, chili flakes.
Nice.
And you eat it with sticky rice. I love lab.
For me, I think that's a hard question. And you know what? I do believe that favorites change all the time based on like what you're in the mood for.
Oh, for sure.
But right now, I have not been able to stop.
Wait.
Probably for the past month.
Tell me what you're craving right now, and tell me what you crave the most out of all the things.
Okay. I rendang.
Oh.
Right now, to the point where like, but it's probably one of those things where it's like, that will probably be a favorite and something that I will crave for the next year.
Okay.
Or so.
Yeah.
But like default, like deep down, I'm like a comfort food basic bitch. So it's probably like fried chicken or something like that.
Oh, I mean, fried chicken is solid, you know?
Fried chicken is very solid, especially with the different ways that people make it. But yeah. But rendang, I think I'm just in like I'm in a tender fatty beef phase. Like, cause I made the brisket the other day. Yeah. And then yeah.
For me, another like favorite meat dish is, I like how we went full from discussing vegan to like full on meat.
I know, right?
It's the Chinese barbecue, the roast pork. You know, like the Hong Kong style.
Not the tasio.
Not the chashu. The roast pork one with like the crispy skin.
Oh, yeah.
But like the meat inside
is
it's a little bit salty because I think it's been brined or something.
Yeah.
But it's really soft. But the skin is so crispy, and they usually like hack it up, serve it over rice with like some like sweet brown drizzle over it, and then like piece of kailan or like salted egg. But
Suyok, I think.
How do you spell that? Or the English spelling?
Siuyuk. Suyuk. But that actually means like roasted meat. But generally, they understand like pork belly comes from suyuk. Yeah.
Oh, suyuk in Korean means like boiled pork belly.
Interesting.
But anyways, yes, this I love this dish. And I haven't found a place in LA that does a good one. There's a place in Chicago. It's called Sinoa, and it was my favorite Chinese restaurant in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, in lunchtime when you go, you can get a whole giant platter with rice, this, salted egg, and veggie for $5.50. And I frequent this place like at least 3 times a week because it's so cheap and good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even when you go to fast food, it's like $10, but to get like a full
thing,
for like $5.50, oh my
The thing
God.
about pigs is that they're delicious and there's a lot of it, so they can make them pretty affordable. One thing that we used to do when we would order suyo for like lunch or dinner and stuff would be, yes, we'd put it in savory sauces, but it was also a thing to dip them in sugar. Because like the meat is slightly salty already, so like to dip it something so that's fatty and sugar kind of like adds a little bit of balance to it. Yeah,
I went to a restaurant here in LA the other day that does crispy pork belly lob.
Oh,
and they also take fried chicken and they like chop into little pieces and they also turn that into a lob.
That sounds like everything I just ever want in a lob.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh,
it's called Hang Hang
What's
Chicken.
this place called? Because I need to make a list of places that you need to take me next time I see you.
It's called Hang Hang Chicken.
Hang Hang Chicken? Okay.
Yeah, H-E-N-G.
Oh, that sounds so delicious.
Yeah, so when you come,
yes,
which I don't know when.
It'll happen. It'll be soon. We're working on it.
And then speaking of Thai food, yesterday I went to, so lately the biggest like trend in LA, there's all these night markets that's been popping up on weekends everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay.
Like Asian night markets.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another Asian market that opened up yesterday. So I went with some friends. And there's like a ton of different like Thai food vendors.
Mm-hmm.
And one in particular, I was just like walking by and someone was like calling my name. And it's this like chef I knew who did like an amazing like Thai omakase dinner one time. Oh. And I was like, oh, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, we just got a stall here. I was like, how's the business going? And he's like, oh, we've only gotten one order so far. I almost walked by him too because his sign was like so small and there's like no pictures. And the other vendors, you know,
had
it's
like
huge and
posters and stuff like that.
So I was like, all right, well, let me order something from you. And he's like, what do you want? I was like, just give me whatever is the best. Yeah. And I'll pay.
Yeah.
And when I tell you what he brought out was so fucking good that like, I almost want to like tell him like, you need like a bigger sign with like pictures, you know, at these festivals because his food is so good. And I feel like people just weren't coming up because
he has no,
it's marketing. It was just like, yeah. It was just like hard for people to see what he was selling.
Right. And also like Thai omakase or like any kind of Thai food that is not, I mean like even in LA, any kind of Thai food that is not like the general depiction of what Thai food is, like people aren't, they need to see it. They need photos. They need descriptions.
But so he was selling Thai inspired, but it was like actually a new fun take on a classic dish.
Oh, what?
So you know chicken and waffles?
Yes.
Chicken and taiyaki. But so he has 3 different flavors of taiyaki. Tom yum and cheese.
Ooh.
Pandan Oreo.
Oh my God.
And Thai tea with boba.
And I get to try
all the flavors, and every single flavor was so distinct and so good.
Oh, yes.
The tom yum cheese one, it was like super cheesy, but it had like that tom yum flavor with like the zing and tang.
Yeah.
The Thai tea one, it was like filled with like a Thai tea custard, and it was like filled with so much boba on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pandan one had like a beautiful pandan flavor too that was like distinct, but it wasn't like overwhelming. Paired that, and then the wings also had like different flavors. One was like lob flavored wings. And had like little like crispy pieces of like kaffir lime leaves. That was like served with the wings. And these wings were so juicy but so crispy in the inside. And I was like, and all the other stalls had lines that were so long.
Yeah. And they're probably like, a lot of them probably were like basic Like,
I mean, I don't want to use the term basic. It was more classic.
Or like run of the mill. Yeah.
And
Like nothing.
It was like food you can get anywhere else.
As opposed to what you were eating, which you had never had before, and that was totally creative and interesting and like different.
And it was so good. And I was
what is the name of their thing?
I don't even know, actually. I should look it up.
God.
So the place is called DS Night Market.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, I mean, it was like hard to see like what their stall was, you know, because their stall is called Flying Fish, and they actually have an Instagram, Flying Fish LA.
Okay, good.
So if
you know
see
what your
fish,
friend should do is like instead of like getting signage, if they have issues with like getting signage or like making a nice poster or something like that, you should at least have like a screen or like an old iPad or something like that. That at least rotates photos of the things that they're offering, because people will at least like stare at a screen for a little bit to see what you've got going on. But maybe what you should do now is eat there as much as you can, because it sounds like he will eventually get very popular. Because that kind of creativity sounds delicious and brilliant.
What I was doing was like after I got the food, I was eating the food right in front of his stall so people could see what I was eating.
Nice.
And then after people saw what I was eating, people like started like purchasing from him, which made me very happy.
Yeah.
But just compared to like how the other stalls had like a long line, I feel like he should have had the longest line. Because we got food from the other stalls and the wait was like ridiculous. Like for like a simple like grilled like skewer, it was like an hour wait, like after we ordered. Jeez. And then another like just chicken satay. The wait was like 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure they were still trying to figure it out. Like, go to the night market, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the experience is definitely worth it, and there's like other business and stuff there too. But I just wanted him to have like the longest line because it was like legit.
It was so good.
Like, objectively speaking, it was so good.
Oh God, I want to try it so bad.
It was really, really good. And to the point where even though I was full, like we ordered more taiyaki, like to go.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get that anywhere else, you know?
Yeah.
Do they have like food street festivals in Detroit?
They have some. I think they're only in the summer. So I know.
Very Midwest.
Yeah. I do know. I think there is a Thai one that happens in the summertime. That's like once a week. I think there is, and then we have like annual ones that are more popular. So we have, I think we have an Arabic and Chaldean one. We have African for sure, like a food and soul festival, I think. But then there is like a Thai market thing that is every week. I've never been because it's out in the suburbs, but I will go. I've been meaning to go every year. This will be the year. It'll happen.
All right, so we have some listener questions.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Kim and John. Love the pod. Been listening since day one. Oh, love you. My question is this. What are some good options to bring to a potluck? I have a family brunch potluck coming up, and I'm not a real good cook, but I love eating and come from a family that cooks and eats really well. However, I do not like them. I don't want to spend too much time, effort, or money on the dish. But I also don't want to be too obvious that I don't care about them.
That's so good. Oh my God. That's perfect. I personally do not think there is anything wrong with somebody bringing things that they bought to a potluck.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
If you are not a cook, there is nothing wrong with bringing in Popeyes. There's nothing wrong with bringing in like a cute dessert from a popular bakery that people have heard of, perhaps, or ice cream. Ice cream is a little bit more is a little labor inducive.
That is a very chef talking. Like, oh, you could whip up an ice cream for everyone.
Or like bringing in ice cream, like having to scoop it for everybody. Like you want something that's easily like plated and passed out.
Knowing your bougie, you're like, wait, you don't have an ice cream maker? Oh, right. It's just probably too small.
I'm not saying make ice cream. I'm saying buy ice cream. And so, yeah, if you like want to contribute, but not spend a lot of time, then buy something. And if you, and based on how much you like them or how much you don't want them to know that you don't like them, make it as nice as you want.
You know, I would say if you're going to a Thanksgiving potluck and you show up with a box of biscuits from, I don't know, KFC, Popeyes, or whatever, like people will love you for it. Yeah, bring Jollibee.
Yeah,
everybody loves Jollibee. Just buckets of chicken.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're not a great cook and you don't feel confident in your cooking and you don't have that one recipe that you can kill it, I'd rather just bring you store-bought.
Yeah, honestly, even that, or like you can also like call and ask the host what they need. Sometimes it's not more food. Sometimes it's ice.
Or sometimes
it's cups or plates or anything like that. Or
sometimes it's dessert.
Stuff. Or dessert or like a sheet cake. Who knows? Like, you know, it's totally fine to like to contribute in this way.
You know, I always see the cheesecake at Costco. And they always have like some fun flavored cheesecakes. And as a single person, who's like on somewhat of like a fitness journey, I would never get it because I'll never eat the whole thing. And nor do I want to freeze it.
Right.
And if someone were to bring like a Costco-sized giant cheesecake, I would actually love it because then I finally get to taste it.
Get to have some. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Generally, like, the best things to add are the things that people would never buy themselves. But that doesn't mean that they don't want it.
It's true.
So think about that. Think about something like, what do I want, but I would never get for myself? And you will probably not go. You will not be far off from where you need to be.
So I'm hosting a handbag potluck. I would never get a Birkin for myself, but you're invited.
All right, well, cool. I hope you're ready for the original Balenciaga blue tote. It might still say IKEA on it, but it's the original.
All right, so this person question had a second part. Secondly, what would you bring to a potluck at any time today with people that you actually love?
Depends if it's in like an event or anything. Like if it's Thanksgiving, it would be like one of the Thanksgiving salads.
Let's say non-holiday,
summertime,
just like a potluck event.
It's a potluck event. Well, I know you love bringing dips. You love a dip.
Well, I will bring dips to like game nights and things, but if it's like a dinner or it was like a full meal, then I wouldn't bring a dip. Because then dips are kind of like awkward at potlucks, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Personally for me, so when going to a potluck, I always like to bring things that can last just being left outside. So if it's something that needs to be like put in the oven or something that needs to be warmed up, it's not the most ideal potluck
or chilled.
dish. Yeah. Like something that can be something that'll taste good at room temperature. What I would love to bring personally is egg rolls.
Nice.
And after like I make all the fillings, I'll do half, just keep it veggie for the vegetarians, and then meat to the other half. And then I'll fold the meat ones and veggie ones in like a slight different way so people can tell which one is meat and which one is veggie. It's as simple as maybe like when you fold the egg roll, like you fold the ends of the other one a little bit sharper than the other one, just a little like indication. And since I'm making things in a bigger batch for bigger people, I would spend the oil to deep fry it.
Yeah.
And that will last even when it's cold. And people can just like pick up little pieces and it's like a little like less cumbersome. Same with shumais or mandu.
Nice, yeah.
You can make like a big batch and either fry it, steam it, whatever, and then it still tastes good, like room temperature. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm in like the route of like dumpling and that kind of things.
I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to think, like, what would I bring?
Because you haven't had a busting social life that requires you to do a potluck, right?
Honestly, I have not. The last time I was at a potluck thing was like a year ago for Thanksgiving. And I brought mac and cheese.
Oh, the curry mac and cheese, right?
The curry mac and cheese. But like to any of that, like for some reason, like I'm thinking of like, okay, what would if I was invited tomorrow, what would I bring like right then and there? And like for some reason, I keep thinking of like a sheet pan, like roast chicken thighs with olive, saffron, and lemon on top of like a bed of rice, but like just in a huge tray format, so people can just like scoop some rice and scoop some chicken on it. It would be like a basmati spiced rice, perfumed rice type situation. I don't know what that is, but that's like what I'm thinking about right now. And naturally, I would bring a chafing dish to keep it warm because I have a lot of those from my pop-up days.
Oh, you chefs. Bringing a chafing dish to a potluck.
Yeah.
You're like the kid like who just like went above and beyond for like a school project.
When really, like, I was never that kid at all at school.
Literally. Teacher asked for, like, a presentation, like, a nice board. And, like, you're the one that does it, like, all digitally and, like, a giant...
Yeah.
Of course, you would show up with a potluck with a chafing dish.
It really depends on who... I'm definitely... If you were invited me at a potluck, I would ask, like, who all gonna be there. So and then
oh no, if I invite you to a potluck, I expect top quality.
Oh, okay.
I expect you to be standing behind the buffet line
with a carving station.
Carving station,
bitch.
And asking people, "How are you doing? Have you tried a broccoli salad? I love the broccoli salad."
Although it might be this pot roast that I made. I did a pot roast 2 days ago that was so good. I actually posted the video of it today. Instead of just doing it in a broth or a soup, I did a pot roast in just straight up curry.
Oh, okay.
6 hours, big piece of beef chuck in a beef based curry, and the video for this will come out tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Which will be released by the time this podcast comes out. So go watch Jon's video, give him some hits because he's poor.
So, well, it's a 2-part thing. So, like, I did a beef and curry and stuff, but then the next day I let the beef sit in the curry overnight.
Oh, you bitch!
And then I took the curry, I separated them. I took the curry and I vacuum blended it so that it was like it turned into like it became like super smooth and creamy. It was almost like it was as smooth as like a cream of tomato soup, but it was like thick like a curry.
Oh.
And then I cooked pasta.
Oh.
And then I like folded the curry into the pasta and I sliced the beef and I put it on top of it. And it looked exactly like a pasta and vodka sauce, but it was straight up like super spicy curry.
Oh. And was it like robust and zesty?
Yeah. And I like it. The curry needed to be just a little bit sweeter. And I used gochujang to make it sweeter and spicier.
Oh, wow, that sounds really good.
It was like, if it made me think like, oh, I wish I came up with this sooner. I would have put this in my book.
Can you post like a picture of your dish on our like podcast Instagram?
Yes, I will do that.
Because I want to see this epic dish.
Yes, I'll do that. Maybe not.
Thank you.
Now, but
no, maybe, right this second. After we finish recording, I'm gonna go make some Japanese cream stew with veggies.
Yum, 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 yum.
AKA, I have a lot of veggies that I want to use up before they go bad. So
I was at the farmer's market today and I bought this. There's this company that freezes a bunch of vegetables from Irvin Farms, and I bought like pre-frozen Holy Trinity. I'm gonna try using that. I don't use a lot of it in my food, so. Bell peppers in general, but
yeah, and it's frozen.
So I could just
when you defrost it, does it get like mushy?
Oh, you always cook from frozen.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't ever defrost vegetables.
Has it already been chopped up and like prepped?
Yeah, it's literally just a bag of frozen like chopped up Holy Trinity, which is...
Are you going to be boiling it, or are you going to be like sheet pan?
I'll figure out what to do with it. I mean, it's used in like gumbos and stuff like that. So, ooh, what if I tried to make like... What would like a Louisiana curry taste like?
I don't know. I'm not... Like, I know about Louisiana cuisine, but I'm not like an expert by any means.
Gumbo curry would be... Oh.
I'm just like very careful treading like regional cuisine because people are very protective of their like regional recipes.
I know. That's why like I don't do with recipes. I just go with flavors. So yeah. I have no idea.
All right. I see things like running,
turning. Yeah, the wheels are turning.
In that big head of yours.
Excuse me. I beg your pardon.
I can say that as someone with a big head.
I was about to say, you can't be saying that to me considering the fact that you hide half of yours throughout the whole podcast every time.
Well, it's because my computer is like tilted back. But no one's going to see that. This isn't a video podcast.
It is not. It is not.
So, but anyways, that's our podcast for the week, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day. And if you've got a question, you know what to do. Submit it to our Instagram, One for the Table. That is number 1 for the table. And this is Kimchi, and that's John.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.